Hello, welcome back, Transform TCG fans. Okay, we're going to get back into the undiscovered chapter characters of mine because we never finished them. And I actually had to go back and touch up some coloring on one of the characters. It just looked too bland. But I think we left off around Powerline or Private Teaspoon. Let's just look at Private Teaspoon super quick, who is an 8-star truck. He's the Cybertron's chief dishwasher. Season 3 joke from G1. I think he's fine. One of the earliest ones that I recolored. It doesn't look the best coloring. I probably could have done better. Now that I know how to color better than this, but I'm just gonna leave it. It looks fine for what it is. 8-star stats are 4, 9, and 1 in alt mode. 3, 9, and 1 in bot mode. He's melee in both sides. He's a truck in alt mode. 8-star character. He's going to be scrapping a lot of upgrades. So when this attacks, it says he doesn't have a when this flips, but if he attacks in alt mode, equipped with an armor, he's going to need armor. Then your opponent can scrap an upgrade from their defender. When this attacks while equipped with an armor, your opponent scraps an upgrade from... I have there. I have gone between the word there and thee. And now I'm back to thee from the defender. So that, that's Private Teaspoon. In bot mode, he's a cup, a variation of cup. Like I said, G1 Season 3. Yeah, I'm not. My name's not Cup. I'm Cybertron's chief. I'm Private Teaspoon. I'm Cybertron's chief dishwasher. The MSE just is not. There it goes. Finally, he's still melee in bot mode. When you flip to this mode, so he has it on the bot side, you may scrap a green pip from your hand. If you do, scrap an enemy utility. It's hard to see, but he's holding supposedly a dish with the word name Cybertron written in Autobot Cybertron on the plate. You can't see it. He's holding a rag in his other hand. You really can't see it, unfortunately. But it's Cup, and he turns into a modern GMC truck, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you're going to need a deck with green pips for sure, a little bit of draw power to be able to scrap not just upgrades, but in bot mode he can scrap an enemy utility, which is specific, I know, but there it is. So, and let's move on. Shade is actually, I have decided, he's a small character. He's not a big character. He originally was a big character. Coughing fit, sorry. But he is a sports car patrol. He is a 7-star car in sports car patrol in melee. He's a tracer scout. Shade is based off a Kia Soul. I forgot what year. He is white. He is a Decepticon. 7-star. I think I was looking at the 7-star cup when I was coming up with his stats. So he's 3, 8, and 2. He's not a very strong character, but he's got more stars than the average sports car patrol character. And because of that, I wanted to give him better stats than the sports car patrol. Wanted him originally he was like an 8-star character, but I'm like, let's make him 7. And no, he was a 4-star character. That's right, and I made him a 7 instead. Stats about wave 1 cup, if I remember, but not quite. So he's 382 in alt mode, 580 in bot mode. He's actually melee in alt mode, ranged in bot mode. Oh, I had his card up here. Oh well. But if you remember when I hand drew it and put it on the card, it was like kind of sideways, and so I'm glad that was a long time ago. We got this fixed. He looks goofy looking, but you can tell it's supposed to be a KSO. In alt mode, this has stealth when untapped, so enemies very standard fare for the a patrol kind of character. In bot mode, he has focus 1. And in the same vein of sports car patrol, which are based on blue pip actions, excuse me, when you untap this character, you may put a blue pip secret action from your scrap into your hand. So hidden fortifications, help out maybe those blue decks, or definitely have some blue secret actions in play. Excuse me. Oh, gosh, I can't breathe. So there's that. Shade can help you with that. Getting some secret actions from your scrap, mixing them with the sports car patrol if you want. I might have a base card or two that might help the sports car patrol. I know there's one that doesn't, that hurts them. I think that's North Pole, but anyway. Slapjack is up next. Is a 9-star character. Slapjack, okay. He's based on an Acura RX of some sort. I forgot what year. And I can't remember, but he's gone through some changes. When I came up with the name Slapjack, I thought, made sure there were no other Transformers with that name, or even fan-based, if I can remember. And I liked the name, and it stuck. And I'm thinking, Slapjack, Wheeljack. Let's make him a brother to Wheeljack. So he is a car and a specialist. He's going to be specialist on both sides. And so because of that, I even loosely drew his head loosely based off of Wheeljack. But, so he's got the parts here. This is supposed to be like the mask part. And the two things on the top of his head are supposed to be his rear view mirrors. They're side view mirrors up here on his head. And so if he would talk, his things would light up like Wheeljack. So this is Slapjack. Really complimenting, trying to help have Wheeljack kind of have a brother partner kind of character, kind of like Sideswipe in Sunstreaker and all that. So let's look at him in alt mode. Oh, and his stats are 4, 12, and 1 in alt mode, 5, 12, and 1 in bot mode. Okay, and I was looking at Captain Wheeljack, that allows you to start with a brainstorm in your hand at the start of game. This is something similar, but before the game begins, you may reveal a combat training from your deck and put it on Slapjack. So it's not just, I should have italicized that. I've already redrawn it. Oh well. Excuse me again. So in a combat training is probably a white pip utility nobody uses hardly. It does give bold 1 and tough 1 for what it is. If someone, crap, I got an alarm going off. If someone is using oppress from Bayformers or something, it will help negate that to some extent, I guess. But he may start off with a combat training on him, but it's not going to do you any good until you have a weapon or armor on him, and then it gives that extra bold 1 and tough 1. So there is that nature of the combat training card, if anyone even uses it anymore. This is just, Slapjack is a utility engineer. Let's flip him to bot mode. When this defends and you have more than 1 utility in your scrap, this gets tough 3 until end of turn. Or maybe I should have said for battle. Oh well, too late. I had to redraw this thing in Paint 3D after I created it, because long story. But he looks a lot better. The one in the MSC is undone, so it's very bland, without his highlights and shading and everything. And I guess for now he is just a common. I didn't change that. He's just a common specialist that utilizes being able to get tough 3 when you have at least a utility in your scrap and bot mode, and he can start off with a combat training upgrade on him at the start of game. Let's look at one more, and then I'm going to have to log in for work. SLVRBLT, aka Silverbolt. We no longer have this car. This actually looks pretty good, and it is based on a town and Chrysler Town and Country. We used to have this vehicle. We sold it not that long ago. He is a hybrid faction Autobot and Maximal, an 11-star character, but with not a lot of health. So for an 11-star, his stats are kind of low. Even though he's a van, in the nature of some of the other characters in the game, he's a truck in Melee. He's not a car, he's a truck. When this defends, and when he's in his alt mode, you may play a secret action. So it all depends on when you think when this defends starts. So if he's defending, if you happen to have a secret action in play, in hand, you can immediately play it, I guess. Having Shade and Silverbolt together might really work out. Though you're gonna really have a spectrum of faction there, with Silverbolt being Autobot Maximal and Shade as a Decepticon. So there's that, and then you would have enough stars left over for a third character. But you wouldn't be able to get a whole lot, anything. You wouldn't be able to get any swindled or confidence kind of cards really pulled off. I mean, it might be good for draw power, but Silverbolt's 312-2, 512-1 in bot mode. While a secret action is on the battlefield, this has +2 to defense for battle. So normally he has defensive 1. If you have a secret action in play, it will give him defensive 3. Of course, Pierce always gets through the defense. So there's that. But he is going to have good defense in his bot mode. He's got the maximal thing on his shoulder. Originally, he was just going to be a maximal, but with the ability of doing a hybrid faction card, I gotta log in. I thought, hey, let's do that. Let's do this, because he really isn't Silverbolt. I didn't draw Silverbolt's head. He's a whole new different character. We had the car. I forced my wife to watch Beast Wars years ago when it was not quite 5 years old, and she actually did kind of like the show. And when we got that vehicle, if we had ever spent the $50 or whatever for a personalized tag, she said it would have been this, and she really liked the Silverbolt character. Maybe I reminded her of Silverbolt. Yes, strong and fast. I don't know, but and with honor, where's your honor? So we just went over Private Teaspoon, Shade, Slapjack, and SLVRBLT, Silverbolt. So let me know what you think. Want to get these guys done with. We have just 2 left in this list, really, and the 3 water tanks, and maybe a few Cybertronian characters. Not much left to go. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. And if you haven't been here for any of this and you're a newer subscriber and you like interesting, new, original Transformer characters, check some of my older stuff out. It may be not very exciting to watch, but there's a lot of interesting characters here, even if this game is dead. I've been busy the past 3 years making brand new characters for the heck of it, between Spetabots, Satilicons, and Demicons, which are 3 Quintessons that combine, and all those 3 groups I just mentioned are all combiners. All sorts of interesting things that I've been creating here. So search through. I try to have everything in playlists to where you can, maneuver easily and find things quicker. If you're a Christian, I have that side of the channel here as well. I'm a little diverse. We talk about games, do a lot of Transformer stuff. I've done artwork. I've been added to the game. And sometimes even the good word on occasion too. We'll catch you next time. Don't have just a good day. Have a blessed day. And as always, Autobots, flip out and let's roll.